Hello, hello. I'm Bridget from Bridget's Astrology, and welcome to my week ahead look at the 30th of October through to the 5th of November, 2023. But firstly, I'd just like to remind you that I actually do personal readings. So if you'd like to go to my website, bridgetsastrology.com.au, have a look at my single session and packages, and we can get together and have a chat. All right, so let's just get straight into the week ahead. All right, so Monday, how are you feeling? All right, so yet on the Sunday, we had that lunar eclipse in Scorpio and Taurus, so, with this eclipse energy, there's been a lot of, beginnings, endings, things being exposed, our lives could look pretty different right now. So as of Monday, I'm sort of asking you, how are those changes feeling? Or the things that have been exposed to you, can you adjust to those things? Now, another one about this Monday the 30th is we have Venus in Virgo exactly conjunct Lilith, and that is trine the moon in Taurus, which Venus rules. All right, so here we are looking at our sensuality, our sexuality. Now, Venus in Virgo is a lot more refined than, say, Venus in Scorpio. But the sun is in Scorpio. So there's definitely, there's definitely energy around sexuality and sexual attraction. But, this might be us having a look at where our comfort and security lays. And if we need to speak up about things, there could also be a flavor of maybe a little bit of criticism. That Virgo energy might just sort of, the Lilith energy is going to give us the ability to just say what needs to be said, but the Virgo might want to hold back. But, as soon as we start feeling our emotional sort of senses coming into it, then we can actually make change. The moon is going to come up and conjunct Uranus at around 11:30 on Monday morning. All right, so now we also have a trine to Pluto, all right? So yeah, the moon is going to be trine Pluto. So that is another sort of thing that is saying that things are coming up. There is a truth and a clarity coming out. So absolutely continue to make these changes, speak the words, and be honest and accountable as well. All right. Now, another one is watch your spending. All right. So we've got Venus coming up to trine Uranus. All right, so this is definitely about money. Be careful that if you do go online for some spending, you don't have a click fest. Make sure you have your budget in mind. And I'm not saying you can't do that, but it is definitely about just keeping awareness of also how you're exerting your energy. All right, so let's go through to Tuesday. All right. So Tuesday. Now the moon moves into Gemini at 2 o'clock in the morning. So we wake up with the Gemini moon. Now, this is, the duality of Gemini is definitely highlighting this day. All right. So we could feel out of sorts and restless. We could be cooperative but combative, challenged but confident. So as you can sort of see, we've got this duality. All right. Now, you could either be really excited about the possibilities, especially if you're sort of sitting on the fence and looking at both sides, but it could also spark anxiety. All right. You could be busy, but then also tired. So definitely just keep an eye on how you're feeling today. And just remember that, try not to swing too far either way. Keep yourself centered. That's a good one for today. Keep yourself centered. Now, Mars is also coming up for a square to Hygeia. All right, so we could be feeling like we're Mars in Scorpio really wants to exert energy, but Hygeia in Aquarius just wants the freedom to do what it wants. So you do know better in this regard. So just even though, some people never want to go do exercise, but that it's a good thing to do. So if you're feeling that, like if you're really resistant to doing something that is good for you, then just do it. Just, bite the bullet and do it. All right. So, and also for today, being Tuesday, if people ask you, how are you doing? It's okay for you to say, I'm overwhelmed. All right. It's okay for you to say, yeah, no, I'm just not feeling it. Or, oh my God, I'm fabulous. So just be honest. All right. So let's have a look at Wednesday. All right. So Wednesday morning, really, really early, we have that exact trine to Uranus. So bright and sparkly, but erratic. All right. You could also be very busy. Like I was saying for yesterday or the day before, just keep an eye on, have a budget so you're not just frivolously spending. All right. Now we've also got, I'm just having a look now with that Mars sextile Lilith. All right. So there was a bit of combativeness around for yesterday. If there's important things around health and hygiene that need to be said, then just absolutely do it. There's a lot of potential to be making things more of an even keel and good for everybody if you speak up. All right. So also for Wednesday, pay attention to which way the universe is pushing you. All right. You could be going back to an old thought. There could be something that's continually coming up. I don't know, you might be seeing synchronicities, stuff like that. So just keep an eye on what is sort of going on for you today, being Wednesday, and go with the flow. Okay. All right. Okay, sorry, I'm going to add something for that one. The reason why we keep going back to the old things is because we have the moon sextile Chiron, so that's making it easy to address old wounds, and trine the south node. So a trine is harmonious, it's a good aspect, south node being the things we need to release. All right, so if we're feeling some of that combative nature, it's okay to go through the wound to release the past by saying what needs to be said. Okay. Let's go through to Thursday. All right. Now, Thursday, the moon moves into Cancer at 8:30 in the morning. All right. So we're going straight into those family vibes, and the moon is going straight into a trine, again, a harmonious aspect with Saturn in Pisces. We could be looking at some old home truths. All right. So Cancer is our home, it is children, our ancestral lineage, the matriarchy, the sort of the feminine, our nurturing sense, and also how we protect our family. All right. So there might be some home truths that need to be spoken today. All right. You might be looking at old stories from your past that you were always told this is how it goes. You can actually, part of the thing of Saturn in Pisces is us investigating our old subconscious narrative and rewriting that. We get to rebuild what we believe about ourselves in our own minds. Okay. So if you're feeling the feels, investigate. All right. You get to scrutinize, and maybe that Mars square Hygeia being our mental well-being, if we dig deep and go into these old stories with Mercury Mars a conjunct there with vigor, we're actively investigating our old stories that have bound us, then we might be able to move through this. I'm not saying it's easy. I mean, that moon trine Saturn is making the challenge of the old narrative easier, but just keep that in mind. There's definitely for some potential to work through this today. All right, let's go through to Friday. All right, so Friday we've got okay, so moon trine Mercury early in the morning, and then trine Mars at 1 p.m, square Chiron at 4 p.m. All right, so today we can really grow the courage to have the conversation. You might have realized yesterday what the issue was. You may have the courage today to have the conversation with the family member or the person you care about, and have that difficult conversation or bring up the difficult topic. All right. So we are definitely, that moon trine Mars, Mars conjunct Mercury. It is all about nurturing ourselves enough to have the courage to speak the words. All right. And by addressing these old stories, we rewrite our narrative and we clear our futures so that we can, adjust ourselves better. There's also the inconjunct to Hygeia. So, adjustment is required, but it takes our inner strength to find that balance. The inconjunct is like a seesaw. And if you stand in the middle, it's by being quiet and bracing your core that we find the ability to make the adjustments. All right. So we also have the Sun opposition Jupiter at 3:42 on Friday afternoon. So, this could look like just having a good time, getting out there with friends, but also the ability to scrutinize the people that you're with. And maybe you're choosing to not have such a jovial night. Maybe, you might want to go home and, go into your little dark corner like a scorpion does. All right. Okay. So let's go forward to Saturday. All right. So Saturday, the moon goes into Leo at 6:20 p.m. But the big one we have today is Saturn goes direct at 6:03 p.m. All right. So, in the recent time, all the work that we've been doing has been really internalized. We've been, like I was saying, we're scrutinizing our subconscious narrative. We're looking at all our old stories. All of the work that we're doing, Saturn loves hard work and gives us rewards for the effort that we exert. So now that, that retrograde is finishing, we now get to externalize that effort. All right. So we've done all the hard work. We've found our blocks. We've built upon them. All right. So, overall, there is positive aspects for the day. Starts off with a trine to Venus, a sextile to Venus, which is good. We're feeling good about, when it's in Cancer, maybe our words were heard. So we're feeling validated. There is a trine to Neptune. All right. So those old stories could be changing. There's an opposition moon, opposition Pluto at 2 p.m. Again, that underworld clarity could be coming up. So yeah, okay, sorry. So if you've been digging deep and putting in the effort, take a minute to give yourself the credit that you deserve. Nobody else can do this work for you. It's all on you. And now when Saturn is direct, you're going to see the rewards for the effort that you have put in. Okay, let's go forward one more day. All right. So Sunday. All right. Now today we have the moon going into a square with the sun. All right. So this is the, we've just had a full moon. So this is the last quarter square. All right. And a square to Jupiter. Even though the moon's in Leo, I just don't feel like it's going to be a let's go out and party type of day. It's more of we're at that time of the month where the moon is going dark. All right. So it's okay for you to take the time to do what you need. If you need to rest, then rest. If you want to go for a long walk, we do have Sun, Mars, Mercury. If you need to maybe go for a walk to have a good think about things, or if you want to just lay on the lounge and watch, Netflix all day, you have permission today to do those things. All right. So you deserve to, to be able to act upon your desires. All right. So definitely a week where we are acknowledging the changes, Saturn direct, we're going to be seeing the effort. We're seeing the rewards for the effort that we have been putting in. So thank you so much for making it all the way through. If you're just watching this on YouTube, you can actually come and join my group, Lifetime to Level Up on Facebook, where I do daily guidance. And I also, as I was saying at the beginning, I do personal readings. So reach out and you can have a look, maybe a birthday report or just a quick clarity report to see what's going on. We've had lots of changes and maybe you're just sort of standing there going, what do I do now? So thanks so much and I will see you next week.